Today's subject is all about gaslighting. Yes, it's the hot topic, and it's particularly about, can you tell the difference between a red flag and a green flag? In other words, are you noticing things in a relationship which literally pull up a red flag and say, wait a minute, I'm not sure I should be in this relationship, or how I better get out of here? And the opposite side is green flagging, when you realize, damn, this person really does care about me and I care about him or her, and I should really make the extra effort to stay in this relationship. So let's get started. Number one, red lighting. So in this first section, we'll cover the red flags that you should be looking out for. And I'm going to start with probably the most important one, and the one that I grew up with, and the one that you should never have to deal with. So big red flag is your partner violent towards you? And when I mean violent, I mean physically violent, emotionally violent. I mean, I've had women just beat men up emotionally and verbally as much as I've seen men beat women up physically. I've seen a lot of that. So the bottom line is, you have to think to yourself, is this ever going to get better? Well, in my experience and the experiences of everyone I know, I've got a friend at the moment that's going for a very messy breakup. His wife's turned into like an alcoholic. They got children, and it's really ugly, and she's an absolute waste of space. Leaves the children, he has to travel for business, comes back, kids haven't been fed for 3 days and stuff like that. Just crazy, bizarre stuff. Violent, emotionally violent. You've got to get rid of that person, get them out of your life. Massive red flag, has to go. I've seen it, I've lived it, and it never ever gets better. It escalates. That's right, the violence escalates. When I do something to you and I don't get a negative response, i.e. you don't just leave, then I will keep doing it to you, and it will keep escalating until I get the response or the compliance that I want. Red flag number one, violence. You see it, you feel it, you hear it, get out. Red flag number two, I just did a whole video on this actually, is being jealous. That's right, if they're excessively jealous, consistently texting you, where are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? Who are you with? Why are you speaking to this person? Why are you speaking to that person? I don't like it. And they get sulky or moody if you do something that's seemingly inappropriate to them, where it could have been completely innocent to you. So jealousy, and again, it's a major factor for a red flag in a breakup, because once again, it doesn't get better, because jealous people, you cannot please them. No matter what you do or what you say, if it's in their growth, it's their problem. It's their suffering from low self-esteem, and it is generally their problem. And once again, these things I'm going to cover are actually things that are pretty difficult to change in a person, and that's why it's a red flag. Pull the plug, time to go. Excessively jealous. I understand you just meet somebody and you are protective of that relationship, and you want to understand his exes and what's going on with that. We'll do another actual video on, should you have a relationship with your ex? The answer is no, but I'll go into detail on that in another video. Red flag number three, all they seem to do is criticize and complain. There's nothing that you do is right. So you buy her a BMW, but she wanted a Porsche. You buy her this dress, but she wanted that dress. You buy her this handbag, but she wanted this handbag. This pair of shoes, wanted that pair of shoes. I mean, and vice versa for men, I guess. Some men will criticize their women for, well, in my point, they don't cook the food right. So it's not quite right. I can't think of much else they can do really wrong. Obviously, cheat on you is one thing, I guess. It wouldn't probably bother me that much either. Well, you don't want to leave me, that doesn't really bother me. I have different rules in my relationship now, as I've matured, or just have a different relationship. So if they always are continually criticizing and complaining and putting you down, the bottom line is, how do you want to live your life? You get one life, right? One life. I'm 54, and it feels like yesterday I was 18 years old fighting in the World Championships. That's how quick it's gone. And I to this day, I'm in 5 different countries, continents. I don't know how many countries I've lived in, inside, or states or cities I've lived in during that time. And it's literally like that, boom, from Las Vegas to Paris to London to Australia to America, just crazy, crazy time. You get one life. If they're continuously criticizing and complaining, then it's time to move on. It's red flag, baby. Red flag. Boing, pull the plug, bosh, you are done. Open the door, next, shut the door, let's go. Red flag number 4, and this is an interesting one. This is why I divorced my first wife. And it's great, isn't it, that I can just call on my personal experiences. Now, I'm not saying, oh, I had this client who asked me this question and this is how I answered it. What a load of... So I'm going to tell you how it really is and how it really works for most men that I know. And I know quite a few men, quite a few ladies too. So this is it. Red flag number 4 is the relationship becomes non-sexual. You don't feel sexually attracted to your partner for whatever reason. Now, I've got a caveat on this. Because if your partner is going for a stressful situation, if he is changing house, changing his financial position, starting a new job, starting a new workforce. Sometimes I've worked 20 hours in a day. And my wife literally has gone home, got a change of suit for me, brought it back, showered and changed at the office, and just carried on. Just like that, bosh, like nothing ever happened. And so there are some exceptions, but if as a rule you're not having sex, what have you got? Well, as a man, you've got an expensive sister. That's what you've got. Yeah, I said it. You've got an expensive sister. Be cheaper to live in the Philippines, wouldn't it, and buy what you want? Pay as you go. What is going on? You know, you're supporting them, you're supplying with a household, you're giving them children, you love them, you care for them, you protect them physically, emotionally, spiritually, and there's no boom boom at the end of the day. What's that all about? Or vice versa. It could be the woman that's going to work all day and the man... I don't even understand that. I've got to be honest. You husbands over there, man, I just don't know. I just couldn't live with myself, to be honest. Just not my style. I mean, I don't mind my wife working. I'm happy for her to work. I like it when she works. Gets out of my hair, I guess. But I'd rather her work for one of our companies than work for somebody else's company. She'd be more productive and actually genuinely care. That's kind of a sidebar. The real issue is red flag number 4. If you're not having intimacy, I mean, sexual intimacy with your partner, what are you doing? You got a expensive sister or an expensive brother. If you're a top... I've got some women that make an extraordinary amount of money that I know that actually, believe it or not, marry extraordinary successful men. What a shocker. Success breeds success, right? So no sex, baby. No go. Bosh. Pull the plug. You're out of here. Okay, last but by no means least, red flag number 5. And I experienced this in my personal household, sometimes for days on end. My dad would have a bee in his bonnet about something. Maybe the dinner was cold, and I'm not even joking. There's one time he threw a whole chicken dinner in the car park outside the front of our house because it was cold. No, I think my mum sprayed air spray in the toilet. Not air spray, aerosol, air freshener in the toilet, and he could taste it when he's eating his dinner. Lost his monkeys, just come back from the pub, of course, picked up the whole plate, stormed out the back door, and threw the whole chicken dinner out into the car park. And that actually happened. And yeah, then we got the silent treatment. And the silent treatment consisted of slamming and banging as many doors as you could and just being quiet and giving you a look like he looked like he wanted to kill you. And the feelings are probably quite mutual for my mum, but that's actually true. The silent treatment, silent violent. It is violence. It's a new form of violence. It's mental torture. And if they are consistently silent to you or blank you out or go away for days on end or just don't contact you, you're calling them, they don't contact you to even let you know that they're safe, it's a problem. It's a red flag, and it only gets worse. The reason why I believe somebody's silent is because they're deeply unhappy in their relationship and they don't have either A, the communication skills to talk to you, or B, you don't have the communication skills to listen to what they're doing or what they want. So red flag number 5, we'll hold it there. We got another 5 more in the bag, but I don't want to make this video too long. First 5 red flags. Let me recap for you. Number 1, being violent. If your partner is violent, bosh, got to go. Number 2, being excessively jealous on where you are, what you're doing, who you're doing, what you're speaking to, where you're speaking to, blah, blah, blah. Even about your friends, even about your family, stopping you seeing your friends and family. There's levels to that, because I never want to see my third wife's family. But that's a different reason we live in the Philippines. There's a whole different ethos behind that. I can go into that in another video too. Reason number 3. They continually criticize and condemn your ideas, your thoughts, whatever it is that you want to do. Oh, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? Why you want to, do that stupid workout or do that job or try something new or experiment in something else? continually criticizing and condemning as A, your appearance, B, your ambitions, C, whatever you think about or your opinions are on anything and everything. Red flag number 4, non-sexual. There is no sex going on in the relationship. No physical intimacy is a massive red flag. Number 4, bosh, gotta go. And lastly, but no, by no means least, red flag number 5, the silent treatment. Yeah, you got it from me. He's not really that silent most of the time, but that is actually very real and very damaging and a massive red flag. All of these things progressively get worse. And I specifically chose the top 5 that I've recognized that are massive red flags that most of them are not and cannot be fixed. Anyway, peace, love to all, be safe, and we'll see you on the very next video.